Hey everyone, what if I told you that the myth of looking out for number one could hinder the true potential of your marriage being great? Hey, I want to invite you to stick around as I bust some myths and dive into the profound concept that love is not self-seeking. Welcome to the Turn It Up Marriage Tips and Tools Show. Hi, I'm Coach Kelly, pastor, police chaplain, marriage coach, and author of the book Turn It Up, How to Have the Lifelong Marriage That You Really Want. In today's episode, we're going to continue our look at what love is found in 1 Corinthians 13. In other recordings, we looked at how love is patient, love is kind, it's not proud or envious or boastful. We also learned that love does not dishonor. Well, in this recording, we're looking specifically at the next part of this chapter. 1 Corinthians 13:5, which says that love is not self-seeking. What do you think that means? Well, the Greek phrase there literally means love does not seek the things of itself. So, what are some examples of being self-seeking? Can you relate to any of these, or have you seen any of these in someone that you know and love? Here is a few. Making selfish decisions, doing only what's good for you, not trying or even attempting to empathize, validate, or understand your spouse's concerns, struggles, challenges, and emotions, demanding attention, being unwilling to compromise. You know, that place of, hey, I've got all the good ideas and my way is the best way, so you need to do it my way. Making selfish financial decisions. Ooh, that's a big one. Instead of working together and deciding together what's best for the two of you, one person makes all the decisions based on what's best for him or her. Manipulating your spouse to get what you want, ignoring the needs of your spouse, constantly criticizing, tearing them down, pointing out their faults, refusing to apologize, admit faults, their own faults, or take responsibility for your own mistakes. Yeah, that's being self-seeking. Always seeking to win or outdo your spouse, you know, that being overly competitive kind of thing. Withdrawing or rejecting if you don't get what you want. And then failing to acknowledge or express gratitude for your spouse's achievements, contributions, and the things they do for you. That, my friends, is what being self-seeking is all about. It's thinking of yourself instead of thinking of your marriage. It's focusing on me instead of we. So if you want to have a lifelong marriage that you really want, I encourage you to ask God to help you with this and start replacing self-seeking behavior with love. The Apostle Paul, who wrote 1 Corinthians 13, also wrote in the book of Philippians, chapter 2, verse 4, let each of you look not only to his own interests, but also to the interests of others. I love to use this verse when I'm performing weddings, and I challenge the husband or the groom, if you will, to, hey, don't just think about what you need, but focus on the needs of your wife. And then I say now to the bride, before you think this is the best deal in town, you've got to do the same thing. And so when you focus on the needs of someone else and they're focusing on your needs, guess what? Your needs are met and so are theirs. But it comes not by being self-seeking, but by focusing elsewhere. Jesus put it this way in Mark 10:45, the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. So how do you turn this around? Well, let me give you 4 action steps. 1 is admit you have a problem or a struggle with being self-seeking and ask God to forgive you. Step 2 is ask God to change your heart and make you more mindful when you're being selfish. Ask him to help you see it is basically the thing. And then ask God to heal your insecurities and that desire to always focus on yourself. By the way, in addition to asking God to forgive you, you might want to also ask your spouse, honey, would you please forgive me for only thinking about myself? I want to turn around. I want to do things differently. And that's step 3, which is repent. Decide to do things differently. Choose to stop focusing on yourself and instead choose love. Choose we instead of me. And how do you do that? That's step number 4. Focus on your spouse. Choose to give, serve, and meet the needs of the one you love before seeking to have your own needs met. Choose to make decisions together and listen to your spouse's input and desires. Make it okay for them to say no to you when you ask for something. Whoa, that's a good one. That's right. Make it okay for that. Don't manipulate, don't pressure, don't withdraw, but simply accept their no for what it is and then seek to have your need met some other way by maybe doing it yourself. Appreciate, be grateful for, listen, and validate them emotionally, especially when they're struggling. And the most important thing is to thank God for the gift He gave you in your spouse. Ephesians 5:33 puts it this way. He says, husbands, love your wives. And I think a great way to understand that concept is to focus on making your wife feel special. And then it tells wives to respect their husbands. So focus on ways to honor and respect and build him up and encourage him. If this is an issue in your marriage, I really highly encourage you to get some help. Give me a call. We can work through these things together, or perhaps another marriage coach or even a therapist. And of course, pray and ask God to help you. Hey, well, if you want to have a great marriage, remember that love is not self-seeking. If you like this recording, be sure to like, comment, share. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button right now. Also, want to let you know I'm offering a digital copy of my book, Turn It Up, How to Have the Lifelong Marriage That You Really Want, for just $3.75. That's 75% off the price on Amazon. Just go to turnitup.coach/75. The paperback is only $4.99. Also, in the description or the show notes, I'm going to leave the link to book a free clarity call with me. Well, that's it for this episode of Turn It Up Marriage Tips and Tools Show. Until next time, may God bless you as you turn it up.